Hello there, TGIF. Happy Friday, wherever you are. I hope you're doing well today. Welcome to the stream. Happy to have you here. Looks like we are live, and today without any surprises so far. So far, so good. Okay, let's get started. So first, I have a bit of an update for you. Recently, we've been working on the Chordie firmware, and so it happened that we fixed the I2C initialization routine. So we moved it to the matrix init, and back then I mentioned that my keyboard was having some issues while running on ARM and that it would crash after some time. So the good news is that it stopped crashing. I've been working on it today the whole day, so 8 hours at work, and nothing happened. And before, it used to crash after like maybe 2 hours plus. So seems like this issue has been solved, and this makes me very happy because I had no idea how to fix it otherwise, because everything seems to be fine. And it's kind of also weird that it worked on a AVR, but it didn't work on ARM. But anyways, now it works, at least on ARM, because I haven't checked AVR yet. But I don't think I will be going back to AVR. I think ARM is the future, and I think we will stick to RP 2040 because mainly because there is a lot of space for firmware. So I guess we will stay on RP 2040. Another thing is that previously we've been working on new Chordie, new shell. So we did some changes to the left side. We have added these two keys for the mouse, because up until now the mouse keys were over here under the thumb like this, and after some time the thumb can be sore, especially if you do a lot of mouse operations. So I decided to move it, to add those two keys, and that's the next prototype, or maybe even final version, if all those fit and there are no issues, like no space constraints, and if it's okay to use the forefinger for that. Looking at it, it should be okay, but you never know until you build it. But there is one more thing which might be problematic, and this thing is this. And this is, let me show you quickly, is this little fella. So this is the encoder. I just dropped it like Linus. So these are very nice, and you can find them in many builds. A lot of people is using these encoders, and I've been using it for quite some time. Well, back in the day, they were abundant, and there was quite a lot of them. And if you look now at AliExpress, this is where I used to buy them. Maybe I can change the currency to dollar. And AliExpress just died. Oh my god, this site is terrible. Okay, we have US dollars. Incredible. Great. I just had it loaded. How can that be not found? Oh my god. What a joke. Oh, and now it's found. Okay, anyways. So the price is kind of outrageous. $28 for one encoder. You can build the whole keyboard for that. And if you search AliExpress for this thing, there aren't many sellers. I mean, there are few, but all the prices are out of this world. I don't see how anyone would be paying this much money for this small thing. Like one piece is this is the cheapest, I guess, 28. Yeah, that's still too expensive. They used to be like 5 times, 6 times less than that. And from what I read, this encoder is old stock, old technology, and they are slowly like vanishing, and there is no new stock as far as I know. So ultimately, they will be gone, and all of those keyboards that rely on them will have to buy the redesign, or maybe someone will come up with some like a substitute in place replacement, something that will fit and have the same functionality. So I was thinking, since we are redesigning Chordie, it might be a good idea to finally get rid of this thing, even though it will be missed greatly, and find something that is easier to buy, something that will be more future-proof. I doubt it will be as pleasant to use as this one. And from what I found, I have few ideas. So first one will be this. So this is a simple rotary encoder, just like the normal ones, just that this one is 90 degrees. So as you can see, it looks like this. And you can buy such a knob. There is a bolt inside, and you can attach it to the stem. Like so. And just tighten it, and that's it. It looks okay, but first of all, it's kind of too big compared to the original. As you can see, the knob is kind of big. But we can either 3D print something, or maybe we'll be able to find smaller knobs to substitute this one. So that's one thing. And another thing, there are other encoders like this. Maybe not quite like this, but with a small footprint like this one. So I was thinking, maybe if we can somehow find a way to attach it like 90 degrees, and then have some kind of a knob that will go on it. That would be okay as well. Maybe we can somehow design mounting mechanism that these legs, they're like mounting legs. Maybe from the front will be better to see these ones. So these are meant to go into the PCB to make it like stick. This might be a good idea as well. Also, I'm not quite sure how long this will be in stock. I would rather have something that is more future-proof, but I think these are quite popular. And there is one more thing, well, actually two. So you can still get these. So this is like a bigger version of the horizontal one. So actually it's like twice the size. It's very nice, just like this one. But this looks also like an old tag, and I think they will also be gone soon. But the good thing about them is that they are still like good price, the same price as these ones when they were new, or maybe when they were like start being sold. And the last thing that I have found is this. So this is some kind of a IC chip that can detect how this is a magnet, how this magnet is rotated. So if we had it somewhere like underneath and a magnet attached to something that can rotate, then this thing can read the rotation of the magnet and could give us good result. I think it's more accurate than any of these encoders. This solution, it sounds like it might be the best one, like the most sophisticated and maybe the most accurate. But the issue with it is that, again, we still don't know how long these PCBs will be in sale. And another thing is that it adds complexity. So I think even though I really would like to have that, I think I will skip this device. And I think today, after we enlarge the canals, I think we will try to model some kind of a mock-up how we could use this in Chordie. I was thinking that maybe we can attach it like to the wall, maybe enlarge the wall a little bit to be able to fit in the encoder. And then if we can find like a better knob than this, because this one is too big, especially if we build a chalk one, that will be too tall. So we need a substitute. We can also try to go with a normal encoder, like the one over here for the volume, but it might be difficult to rotate. Definitely we'll need some WD-40 to make it more smooth. And then also comes the height constraint, because for chalk it's gonna be quite tall. I have a chalk keyboard here. So as you can see, it has to be this thick to accommodate the encoder. And then the knob also has to be quite tall because the stem is sticking out. Okay, it's not that tall, but still. Yeah, but that's something that maybe we could use as well. Just get one knob that is flat, and has this like a groove where you can put your finger. Maybe that would make sense. Yeah, but that will make the whole keyboard quite big actually. Yeah, so difficult to decide what to do with it. But I think we can model a little bit, see what works, what doesn't. We can test different knobs and different encoders, try to make it work somehow in the model. Maybe we can print something once we are like more or less decided, and then we can have like a real life feed to see how it works. Other than that, I don't think there are any other options that we can use. Let's check for rotary encoders. Okay, so yeah, there isn't much tech as to say it. Most of them are all the same. Okay, so these are the ones that I just showed you. Maybe not exactly this one. They look a little bit thicker. And it's a potentiometer. Ah, yes, potentiometer. Okay, so no, we don't want that. We want encoders. Do they have any 90 degrees? It doesn't look like it. So this is the one that I showed you. But the issue with this is that there is no knob that you can buy. Then you have to print something. And the print ones are not that nice to use. If I can just find the 90-degree one, the one that I just showed you. This one. Maybe better luck here. Yeah, they also have these. They look interesting. But the problem will be definitely how to mount them, because these look like they're a surface mount, and I don't see how they can fit on a print. Well, we could always do something like uh, chassis that it will just like slide in like this, and then maybe glue it from the bottom. Maybe do some openings for this, so it will maybe lock it out. Yeah, but still there is an issue how popular they're gonna be, how long they will be in sale. There are also these. And it looks like it will be okay to mount it because they have these legs over here. So this will be able to clip in. But then again, there is no knob for that. I wish they had a category for like 90 degrees. I could use a data sheet to model something. These are these potentiometers again, so not interested. Oh, I think that's the one. Is there a data sheet? There's some basic dimensions. Oh, that doesn't really say much. 6.5. If I add angled here, okay, who needs data sheet when we can measure it ourselves? Okay, so it's 6.4. Looks like it's 12. Let's make it 12.1 to have some space. And this is most probably 6, 7. Okay, in theory it should be 12 by 12. So how can we approach this now? Because we'll have to replace this part. Okay, so encoder is here. Maybe I will change it to so the name was EC11. Let's make it A because it's angled. And I will make it 12.1 by 12.1. And the height was 6.5. And then we make the stem. So this one was 7. How tall was it? Should be 11 or 15. Well, maybe I didn't buy 11. Let's check what's the height on the AliExpress. Let's make it 15 for now. No, this is 7. And we can pull it out for 15. Ah, yes, 15. Okay, so I guess that's the smallest one. Maybe we can merge. Ah, it is one body, so that's fine. Yeah, so as you can see, it's quite big. And we still haven't factored in the legs. It's 4.1. So it looks like one is in the center, like one row. So over here, the middle row is centered, at least it looks like it. And then we have two legs at the back. Okay, so the legs are 0.8 by 0.2. So we can make rectangle from the center. So we have this is 0.8 and this is 0.2. Looks about right. And how tall? 4 millimeters. And what is the distance? It's standard 1.7. 1.7. Okay, looks like it merged the leg with the whole body, and I don't want that, but that's a easy fix. I can just select this wall, put a plane on it, and then I can cut the body. So I'll cut the whole body with this plane, and this will effectively chop off the leg. So I can remove the plane now. So I copy and paste, and now I can move it over here and just do anchor on this wall, and I want it to be 1.7 away from this wall. And one more. And the same, I can just make it move, anchor on the side, and I can use the ruler, and I want it to be away from this wall, 1.7. Okay, we have beautiful legs. And then we have one more set at the back. We have two, and they are aligned. So we have to model these two at the back. What they are aligned with this and how far are they. Looks like it's 0.8. Okay, so select this one and this one. I can move them away and then anchor on this wall. Just move them back a little. And I want it to be 0.8 away from here. So it's 0.8. Okay, looks about right. And then we still have these legs on the sides that are meant to keep in place the encoder. So I think I will make them as well. Looks like it's 2.1. Maybe 2. Oh, it's 2 millimeters. I wonder if this is bigger. Oh, it's 2. Okay, so we have 2 millimeters. And the shape. So this is 4 wide and 1.4 if we add some, it's 1.4, and then we have 2 millimeters. By 3.4. Would be 2 by 1.4, and then we can do 4 back and over here, and then there was 2 millimeters. That was 2. By 340. And now I can cut with the letter T, or this one, trim away, actually not cut. Sorry, wrong screen. So I just made this shape with a rectangle, and then I just trim away this wall. So we'll see what will come out of it. And what was the thickness? We can make it 0.4. Copy and paste and just move it away. Align this wall to this one. Okay, so you have a beautiful encoder. Before we proceed, maybe you can take a look on AliExpress if they have any interesting knobs for this thing. So let's do rotary encoder and knob. Would be good to have something small with a small diameter. So it looks like this knob is 6 millimeters by 20 millimeters. So 20 could be okay, more or less, because the switch is 1905. And actually, this encoder is even bigger than the switch, because as you can see, for the switch is 1905, but here the wall is, oh no, it's still 1905. So I managed to fit it in. Okay, so that was tiny enough. But I think the wall over here is rather thin. Yeah, 1.1. And I usually do walls 1.2, but yeah, there was not enough space. And I think here's the same, yes, 1.1. Okay, anyway, so we have this one, 6 millimeters by 20. Maybe we can find something more interesting. Oh, these are rather big, 25 by 13. So no. How about these? Okay, the smallest one is 20 by 15. Oh, they look nice. And they have this, I don't know how to call it, this engraving on the side that would be good for scrolling. The finger will be sticky nice to it. $15 mm. But no, it's not that bad. But 20, so it's 20 by 15. 15 is height. And I guess 20 is the diameter. Okay, so so the shaft is 6 mm and the height is 20. But how big is the whole thing? It would be nice if they had more info. Yeah, so the thread diameter is 6.8, height is 20. Okay, so looks like the height is 30. So that's too big. Someone complaining the hole is 3 meters, not 5. Buying stuff on AliExpress, you never know what you will get. How about these? $13 by $13. This looks interesting. I think that's something that we could use. Okay, we can model it. Let's call it the knob. Very creative. Okay, we can do it over here on this one. Let's zoom in a little. So it was 13. Minus 13. Okay, not bad. Not bad. Of course, it will be sticking out a little. I doubt they mention how deep is it. So it also comes with a screw on the side, like the one that I showed you. Like this one, but that's a smaller one. I mean, this one is bigger, but the one we're looking at is a smaller one. Maybe I will put it inside the encoder, so that will be easier to move. Okay, so let's hide this one, the socket for the encoder. So I would like to have this one in its position, but I would like it to be, let's make it 1.2. So that will be, 1.2, that will be the wall. And from the wall, maybe we can do it 1.4 in total. So like that will be O2 away from the wall. It looks like we'll have to do a lot of adjustments to the base plate. Well, actually, you can make it look a bit symmetric. So we have infrared sticking out here, and then we can make this one sticking out here. So this will look like Mickey Mouse ears or something like that. And we will leave this space empty. So maybe it won't look that bad. But still we have to figure out a way to mount it. Well, technically, we can push it from the bottom and make it clip in with those legs. And then when the bottom plate comes in, it will lock it. So then even if there is a pressure from the top, it won't push it out. Or maybe, so we have like two options, or maybe even more than two. Oh, hello there, Trezor_11. No need to apologize. We are still way to go. Thanks for dropping by. Always fun to have you around. Okay, so there is also the shaft over here. So we need a way to mount it somehow. It would be best if we had like a wall with a hole where we can put it, because these usually come with like a screw on top, so we can lock it inside the wall. But then it will be difficult to make enough space to push it up. I can quickly make a mock-up, maybe. It will be easier to show. So if I copy this wall and this one, and copy this one, just to show you what I mean. Yeah, so it would be best to have a wall like this, where the shaft will go through. This will lock it in place. But then, of course, we will need a lot of space over here to be able to push it inside. So obviously we can't have that. So pushing it from the bottom seems like the best idea, at least best I can think of at this moment. Most probably when I sleep on it, I will have a epiphany, and then like on Monday we will redo everything. But for now, I think that's a good option. Especially with those legs at the bottom on the sides. They would maybe help to lock it in. And then we can add additional constraint with the bottom plate. So that would keep it in place. Because when we will be scrolling, there will be a lot of force. And most probably it will be still be able to crook it a little. So I guess we can't get away without having like a hole for it. Well, we can try. We can do first mock-up without the hole, just to try to slide it in and see if it locks and how sturdy it is. So I will hide everything else. Okay, so let's push this wall, and we want it to be, let's make it 0.1 or maybe 0.5. So that will be on both sides. We will have 0.1. That will be very like stiff, not much wiggle room. Okay, and make it 1.2. We don't need 3 millimeters wall. I will remove that, and I will just copy and paste this one, move it, and just make it away 0.05, like this. Okay, this one. Okay, let's make it 0.005 as well. And pull it all the way to here, and the other side as well. Okay, and now this wall. And we can make one big rectangle over here. Okay, I think it made all the surfaces separately. That's not what I wanted. Okay, this surface, I don't think we'll be needing it. Oh, I will leave it for now. It won't hurt. So if I don't want it, because this is all 3 different bodies, so if I make a surface here, it will only cover this area. And if I want to have it above all of these, so I can make a new component. Like so. And now I can just do rectangle from here to here. Well, actually, maybe I can go all the way to the bottom to accommodate the legs. Okay, we see how it goes. I make it 1.2. And I think I have to still move it minus 0.005 to leave some space. Now I don't have to activate these. I can just move these walls. So I can do up to, here and it's fine. And it won't bind them together. How was your day, Trezor? Busy at work that you're late today? Oh, day off. That's nice. So what can be better than Friday? Day off on Friday. Okay, I will extend this as well. No, night shift? I don't think so. I'm not a fan of night shifts. They will always mess you up. Difficult to get back to a normal rhythm after a night shift. Okay, so we have these legs, and they have this like bump over here, this one. So I was thinking, if we make a hole, maybe it will lock in inside. Not quite sure how tall it is. This is 3.4. Okay, we have to extend this maybe by, let's see, 1.2. Okay, looks like it's gonna be enough. And this one as well. Okay. So maybe now I can do it like this. Enable the whole shape, the whole body. And maybe we can cut a hole to fit this like inside. So it will kind of clip in, hopefully. We can give it some more space. Okay, it's not touching. So we don't know how far is it. But that's not a problem, because what we can do, I can hold Control, I can select this wall, and then I can project it. This is project to sketch, this project, so it's a different one. This one is when we are on a sketch, and this one is for 3D bodies. So we can project, so we already have the wall, which one we want to project. So now we have to select target face. So I want this one, and then hit OK, and then we can proceed. Oh, there you go. Okay, so this is one-to-one shape. So what we need a little bit of a margin around, and I can do it with this tool. So we can offset. So if I double click, why can't I edit this? Let's hide this one for a second. How did it project. Oh, no, looks okay. Let's do it again. Can I select this? No. I wonder what's wrong. Okay, never mind. It should allow me to sketch. Not quite sure what's happening here. I don't think it looks like I am on this plane and not on this one. Is there like a surface somewhere? Doesn't look like it. Okay, one more try. No. So the green area that is showing, so it's basically the piece that we can edit, but that's not the piece that we want. Yeah, it looks like it's okay. Okay, the angle is fine. That is interesting. As usual, problems, simple things, and we have problems as usual. This is how it looks like. Not everything always goes smooth. Okay, if I pull it, okay, that's fine with me. So maybe now I can do something about it. Okay, so now I can offset. Let's do one more thing. So actually we want this piece to go in and be locked. Looks like it's 2.6, 2.8. So let's make it 2.8. Okay, but we actually want this one to close. Okay, let's see what happens. Okay, so I will close this part. Oh, I also project it on the other side. And that's fine. We can pull it, and then I will just copy and paste and move this part. Okay, so Trezor says, okay, but this leg is not flat with side of the element. You need to make hole from the top of the leg. I mean, what I was thinking to do, I will try to slide in like this. So this will clip in. So I left the top field and I left a hole over here because I will be sliding from the bottom. Basically, it will be something like this. I think I should put it in one body because it's getting messy. Let me quickly combine. It will be faster if I do it like this. I can just select all of the pieces and press I, and we have one body. Okay, what I wanted to do, I wanted to slide it like this. So it will go all the way, and over here, this leg should clip into this hole. At least that's what I'm hoping for. So I think I will leave it for now. And I will just remove this wall. I can hide the knob. Okay, we have a surface over here and one more. Okay, this one won't be visible. So this is something like a harness for the encoder. Let me save it. Okay, I think I can try to print, maybe, see what happens. Let's quickly fire up Bamboo Studio. Let's put it on its back. Okay, so this is my default profile. So we have 3 walls and speed to the max. But most probably it won't be very fast because the shape is small. So not enough time or not enough space to speed up. Okay, I need to start the printer. It seems like it's on. Let me check. Oh yeah, they changed the UI a little. And now I can send it still. There's no filament. Not sure if it's working or not. Okay, so it's on. Why it's not sending? I knew I shouldn't have updated the studio. It's always a bad idea. So the printer is online, but I can't send it. What the hell? I see that the feed also doesn't work. Okay, anyway, why it doesn't print? Print. So I have the feed from the camera. I can home it. But I can't send the stupid shape to print. What is wrong with it? I will try loading the filament again. Yeah, it says it's busy now. So I don't understand why it doesn't want to print. Okay, so the filament is loaded. And still cannot send. What the hell is wrong with this shit? Finally. What the hell was that? I think I'll have to recalibrate it later. Okay, we have a preview. Technology at its best. The issue is I have a pretty old filament, but I kept it in the dryer today, so maybe it will help a little. I hope it won't break during the print. It's gonna take more time to prepare for the print, to warm up, level up, and do all this stuff. And the print will be like 1 minute. Okay, let's change name for this one. Let's call it maybe housing. Not sure if it's a good name, but for now, you can keep it like that. I should have skipped bed leveling. I don't think it's necessary. Okay, let's hope it won't fail. I usually not much issue with those printers. There was some drama with the firmware recently. I honestly I don't know how it ended. Okay, there she goes. No, I should have print the knob as well. Maybe we can make a hole in it. It was like 7.1. Or was it? Let's check again. Okay, shaft hole 6 millimeters. And what did we measure? Okay, so it's 6. If I make it 6.1. Would it be okay? Maybe let's make it 1.15. Let's make it 2. It will be easier to put it on. Okay, and let's pull it all the way to here by 1.2. Forgot to change that. I want to cut. Okay, again. So I want 1.2 from the top. Okay, beautiful. Okay, we have a beautiful knob. So next time I'll add it to the print and we will have a mock-up. I wonder how it's gonna feel with this encoder. I'm a bit worried that this part might be getting in the way. But then maybe we can use bigger knob, like maybe 20 or something like that. I think there is some space left. We can always move it around so that it is bigger than the shape of the encoder. Looks like it's finishing soon. Yeah, with this housing, it doesn't look that bad if it could only keep it in place. Well, maybe we can do something like a support. If we cut it in half, I mean this wall, I would like to hide the knob. Something is off. Okay, I would like to cut this in half. Okay, so I think I have to do the full shape if I want to cut it in half. Okay, I don't want this one. Okay, do I have two or just one? Okay, that's the bottom. This one we don't need. Okay, let's do it like that. So maybe if we have something to support it from the bottom like this. Let's make it 0.2 maybe from here. Well, actually no, because it's a bit thicker on the bottom. It's 6.9. I think 7 will be good. I already did 7. Okay, that's fine. So if I had the base over here, yeah, this could work. This could support because the shaft is rotating. I mean, we can still grab it here and it won't limit the rotation because the shaft is more or less like this. So this is where the thread is. So this part is not moving. This one is moving only. So technically we can model it a little bit different. Looks like it's 4.8. And then from here, we can do circle, which will be 6. And I think it will be 15 in total. Yeah, looks about right. Yeah, so this part is not moving. So we can have a support over here. So when you're pushing with the finger from the top, trying to rotate, this could prevent it from like moving. Let me just go and pick up the print. Okay, so it looks like this. And if I slide it, it's too soft and too small. It's almost okay, but the walls are too thin. As you can see, everything is flexing. Yeah, but if it was holding, maybe it would be okay. Okay, that is what I meant. Okay. No, but actually it fits like this. But it's a little bit too narrow. And the walls are too thin and the whole thing is like bending. But yeah, maybe I should make it bigger to accommodate the whole thing. Like it was like T-shaped. Maybe I should enlarge this. I should enlarge these holes. Maybe 0.1. Okay. I think I'll remove this one as well to make more space for the leg. Let's make it 2.1. thicken the walls a little. I hope this will be enough to hold it. Any suggestions, Trezor? Okay, better. Seal of approval. Okay, so let's print. I will skip bed leveling. It will be faster. I hope it will be faster, unless it breaks halfway. Yeah, I have modeled these legs flat because it would be too much trouble to make it bend. I mean, maybe not that much, but still I don't know what's the correct dimension for that. So I just left it flat, and I know that I just need to make a hole for it. I was supposed to add the knob and forgot, as usual. Well, this support that I was thinking about, well, it won't really help much, because how do we put on the encoder? We won't be able to push it in, unless it will be like a clip in something that will be able to push from the bottom as well. Well, actually, it might be something that will be coming from the bottom plate. Yeah, that makes sense. So it will be all the way to here. Let me just grab it. So like all the way to here. So when the bottom plate comes in, that looks like this. So this will be part of the bottom plate actually. Like this. And we can move it a little bit to here to make it thicker. Yeah, so that would come from the bottom. Well, then we will need a clever way to route all the wires. All the way from here. Well, that should be doable. We will make enough space over here, and maybe we can go from here, or just like around, something like this, like from here, maybe all the way to here, or maybe few wires here and the rest through here. But then we have a screw over here that will be difficult, and I don't want to move it. And also this place is crowded because there are two resistors. One is here and the other one is here. And then there are wires for the infrared that go all the way to here. There's like 4. There is ground, VCC, and signal. Yeah, so 3, because the ground is common. Yeah, so there's a lot of wires over here. So it would be better to go this way somehow. And if you can make it like this, or more or less, yeah, so this should give us some space. Okay, print is going fine. Yeah, having standard encoder like this, I think it makes sense. It will be future proof. I think these encoders will be around forever, or definitely they will outlive this keyboard. And it's simple to wire, simple to connect, not like the magnetic one that I just showed you at the beginning. It's gonna be difficult to connect, difficult to program probably. I was also considering some touch-based solutions, but touch it never really worked for me well. I personally, I don't like touch things, even though I have infrared over here. But this is a bit different. It's not like a normal key, and it's very easy to trigger. So my implementation is okay, and I'm using it like every day on my other keyboards. So this works fine. It's not an issue. It only triggers a layer, so that's fine. But if I was to have a scroll that is touch-based, that's not my thing. It's never accurate enough. what are the other knobs that we just saw? Okay, so these are 13, but they also have bigger ones. 17 by 15. Okay, this one is okay as well. So 13 by 13, 17 by 15. Okay, so we can quickly make one more. So the one that we just did was 13 by 13. So let's change name to 13 by 13. And we can copy this one and make a new part and call it knob. That was 17 by 15. Yeah, 17 by 15. So we can make it 17. And that was 15 by 2. 7.5. Okay. So that's the bigger one. And the smaller one is like this. Still kind of small compared to the shape of the encoder. And how does it look like on the base? Okay, it's a bit big. I can see that print finished. Let it cool down for a while. Yeah, so 17 is a little bit too big. I mean, as long as we want to stay over here, we can still move everything and make it more space. Also, I wonder how it's gonna look like with the choke switches. Once we have a good housing for it, we can print both versions for MX and for choke, and we can compare, like, if it's not too big for the choke. Well, technically we have no choice. I mean, there is no other good option if you want to have an encoder. And without the encoder, actually, this keyboard won't work. It's a must, especially when the mouse is integrated as well. I will try to pull the print. Okay, here we are. Okay, so it didn't print too well. Let's see if it fits. Quite tight. Okay. Yeah, it holds. There's a little bit too much space because it's moving, but that's not bad. But yeah, it's okay. It holds. I don't know if you can see it. So there's a little bit of wiggle room. About 1 millimeter, 1.1. Okay, let's try it, and this time I will print all the knobs as well. So it looks like we have to move this wall by 1.1. Okay, and don't forget about the knob. So that's the 17 by 15. Let's call it 17 by 15. And this one is 13 by 13. Let's move this one a little. And the bigger one. Okay, slice and print. Now this one will take a little bit longer because of the knobs, and that's fine. Now I have this thought that maybe we can add something to block the leg over here so that it will clip in, but it will be more difficult to pull it out. Something like this. That's 1.15. Okay, let's make it all the way to the bottom. Like this. So the leg will go in, and then it will be more difficult to pull it out. I will also make it 0.005 bigger, so this whole thing will be 1.2. Yeah, 1.2. Yeah, looks okay. It might help a little. Maybe we can get away without this support if the lock is strong enough. Also, I think it's possible to add some WD-40 on the encoder to make it like easier to rotate, because this one is kind of hard. I think I had this misaligned a little because they are not in the center. They're actually from the back. So this wall is with this one. I can fix it later. What other sizes can we find? Oh, 25 by 15. Oh, this one might be okay. 25 by 15. So should be big enough to cover the encoder, so when we are rotating, the finger won't be touching the encoder, maybe. That's a good comment. Good handle, but did not fit. Let's do 25 by 15. Oh no, because it's the height, actually, it's not the diameter. Or is the diameter? Nobody knows. I would assume 25 is the diameter. And 15 will be height. Looks like it from the photo. Oh, that's huge. Yeah, but with MX, it might work actually. It's a bit big, like it's taken from the bottom. So maybe too big. We'll have to make a hole in the bottom plate, and I think it will be still touching. Yeah, but we can also lift it higher, so it doesn't have to be this low. Well, it's something to consider. But looks nice. Would be cool to have it this big. It should be very easy to rotate because like there will be a lot of surface for the finger. So yeah, it might be actually a good idea. We can also make like two versions, maybe for MX, because MX will be taller. So we can have a bigger knob, and for the chalk, we can go with the smaller one with the 13 or 17. And we can also adjust the height, how the encoder is mounted. So for the MX, we can lift it a little bit higher because the knob will be bigger diameter. And for the chokes, we can have it like lower. Oh, this look interesting. 20 by 22. Okay, so the first one is the diameter, 25 by 22. A bit too high. 22 is a bit much. Yeah, but this can also be mounted to our encoder that is like right angled. It's very similar to the one that I have over here. So that's quite okay. Well, we have a lot of options from what I can see. So I guess we should be able to find an encoder. Some time ago, I tried to print a knob by myself, but these don't really feel good. And the metal is always better, has a better like a feeling to the touch. It's funny that Twitch is showing the bitrate is too high. It's fixed at 6000 and still complaining that it's unstable. It's too high. They want 6000 and they still complain. Still not quite happy about this one. Yeah, but with this part, I can't really do much because it will look odd if I remove this part or if I even cut it in any way. Well, something to consider for later, but I guess it will stay like that. But I was also thinking maybe we can try to do some other knobs over here, because the one that I chose for MX, it's okay, but I think it's too tall, like in general. I think I would rather to have it more flat, but bigger diameter maybe. Even though I complained last time that I don't want bigger diameter. It's a difficult trade-off to have it like sticking up a lot or to be bigger like in shape. So that would extend a little bit further away. Okay, the print finished. Let's give it a while to cool down. Okay, so I'm back. So we have our beautiful knobs. Well, they kind of fit on this one as well. If it was D-shaped, not round, maybe it would work. Okay. Okay, not much wiggle room now. But still need some improvements. First of all, I missed the position of this, so I have to adjust for that. It's kind of difficult to push it in. Also, it holds quite okay. So if you can make it like less space, tighter shape, I mean tighter housing, that would do, maybe. Oh, they look kind of small anyway, even the bigger one. Still the housing is much bigger. Especially to hold the encoder. I mean, just the encoder is not that big, but we still have to hold it somehow. Yeah. Okay, I guess we can finish on this. We can continue on Monday. Maybe I will do some prints tomorrow, but not quite sure. I wouldn't want to take the pleasure from the stream, from building this stuff. Yeah, we still have a lot of work to do. It would have been easier if we just stick to the old encoder, but like as I said, I don't want to make the keyboard dependent on it, because as you could see, they are very difficult to get now. No one will pay $40 for one encoder, and the keyboard needs two, so that's 80. That's not worth it, definitely. Okay, I guess that's it for today. Thank you for watching and for joining the stream. I hope you liked it, and have a good one. It's Friday evening, so enjoy the weekend, have fun, have a good rest, and I see you all on Monday. Goodbye.